Hello, Scorpio. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well, Scorpio. Let's see how your energies are going to be for this moment, so you can use them to your advantage and be able to see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, as well as their moon or Venus in the sign of Scorpio. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Remember to activate all the bells so you can get notifications for the new videos. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I will be uploading new content. If you need a personal consultation, you can write to the email shown on the screen, and I will send you all the information you need. We are going to channel a message for the sign Scorpio. Scorpio, this is the 4. 4 of Cups, King of Wands, 5. The Swords, and here we have the Queen of Wands, 4. Scorpio. We see here an energy of attention. I see someone approaching, a person who is coming to offer you something, maybe in an emotional or affectionate way. Did something about you attract them? Have you noticed? It's a mysterious attraction, right? But there's something about this person that doesn't quite convince you. Maybe there's someone who creates more doubts than certainties. Or do you feel that what they offer doesn't? I think you already sense that. They're on two different paths. They have two completely different views of life. What one wants can be very different from what the other wants. And I feel like you're at a point where you want to protect your energy. Like you're at a moment where I feel like you're really aligned. You're very balanced with your personal power, with your sense of self-worth as well. You already know what you want, don't want, who you vibe with, and who you don't. Careful, this doesn't just apply to the romantic or emotional side. It can also be about friendship, even from longtime friends, right? People you've known for years. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm not connecting with this person anymore. There's something going on, or they make me feel uncomfortable. They overwhelm me emotionally, and it makes me want to be alone. I notice you tend to shut yourself off, like when I suggest, oh, Scorpio, let's go out for a drink and then somewhere else. And you seem unsure if you're up for it right now. You are in a moment of power, of decision. That's why I say to decide without guilt, without prejudice. What do you want to enjoy? What do you want to do? What? That's why I say, you're in a moment where you've claimed your power. Do you know the place you hold? And from there, you're starting to decide who to share your potential with, who to share your energy with, and with whom. Maybe not. So what it seems to me is that with this person, at first there were some doubts. Could there be a decision to distance yourself here? No, they're a very difficult person. I feel like right now I'm not up for getting involved with people who have so many problems. I don't want to carry other people's issues, you know? So there's a decision to maybe take a step aside. Maybe there's a limit that you've found with this person, but I also feel like you're at a point where you're overcoming fears and anxieties. But the way to conquer this has a lot to do with today. I feel confident about who I am, and I feel confident about what I want and who I want to be with. Why? Because I recognize my power, I recognize my energy, and I take care of it. And I know how to manage it, and I know who I want to share it with. And maybe with those I don't want to anymore. You are in a moment of a lot of magnetism, right now. Now I feel that attraction. Magnetism creates attraction. It has increased. It has increased. It doesn't feel overflowing, just balanced. And this could mean that you attract different people, different relationships, and people of all kinds can come closer with different types of ideologies, different ways of thinking. But I feel that you are at a moment either of selection or decision about who you are with, who you share with, and maybe who you no longer do. Let's see where the reading goes, and if we already have one. A major arcana. General energy, and availability. Scorpio sign. Let's see what else we can try. Two of Swords, 2. 5 of Cups. Ace of Wands, here's a response. 10 of Swords, a definite ending. This also has to do with, let's see, you all. I feel, Scorpio, that in the emotional and affective part, you are closing a chapter, closing a story. I don't know if this could also be an issue with ex-partners. Someone you already know. There could be someone here who, let's see, this. It's not a new person you've just met overnight, but someone with whom there's been a history. It's someone from your past, a connection from your past, but you've realized that the story doesn't work. Is something repeating that you don't want to experience again? And you're not in the same situation as before anymore, even though at first there might be a feeling of doubt. With this person, what do I say? How do I respond? If a message of indecision comes, no, the first reaction I see is either I don't reply to that message, I just let it go. I think I analyze, I process the situation, I give myself time. I see that you're not going to give an answer right away, but you need time to evaluate. But don't fall into total indecision either, like, I have to give an answer. I have to decide something. Here, something remains unfinished, marking an ending. It could be that you're closing a karmic bond or ending a story of karmic relationships, that you're closing a story that needed to end with someone from your past, an ex-partner, a relationship that was on and off. I feel there's a process. First, I see that you close yourself off. There's no doubt that you close yourself off to this person, because that's what I'm getting at. You want to protect your energy so this person doesn't confuse you, not to repeat the past. And yes, there has been a connection with this person. One here is not cold. One feels, you feel, and you feel deeply. And of course, there has been a story. There have been experiences here, but there has also been a truth. So I feel like there's a kind of symbolic mourning, a kind of emotional release. Take your time to accept what has ended or what needs to be let go, because there's a lot of energy here about detachment, about letting go, about accepting a reality, about accepting how someone else is, and saying this. The truth is that it has reached its limit. It has come to an end, but it's not the end of a story. It's the beginning of another one. Because thanks to this closure that you are going to make, it's giving you here the opportunity to start something completely new in your life. On a personal level, you're being given here the opportunity for a new beginning in your life. I feel that if you have to give an answer to this person, be patient, because clarity will come. That solution you needed will come. You will find the right words. You will realize something. That's why either don't respond quickly or don't make an impulsive decision when it comes to answering or making decisions. Use that time to process instead emotions, what has happened, and start to awaken what? What is going to be awakened in your life is confidence, it's security. That's what's being awakened. It's the path, your true path. Like you're going to realize which is your right path. And you'll have the courage, because it takes bravery to close a chapter that needed to end. Wow, this is very deep, Scorpio. Let's see what else we have, Scorpio. You're at an important moment of closure, yes, on an emotional and sentimental level. But remember that closures are also openings. I feel that at this moment, you need something else. There are other needs. Right now, there are other priorities. Your emotions are starting to go down a different path. There's a bridge to cross, but to be able to cross that bridge, you have to let go of that past. Bye. Let's see what else we have. Scorpio. You have the Nine of Wands here. This is pretty clear. The Empress. Seven of Wands clear. Four of Swords. I feel like this has to do exactly with setting a boundary. Not setting a boundary with a person, but knowing how to say no. Staying true to your truth, staying true to your principles, not giving in, protecting your space, protecting your heart, your energy, saying, I'm not going back, I'm not going back. Maybe there has been a disappointment with someone here, a letdown with someone. And there's something that has been learned from that. No, because we have it here. There's a sign of something that hurt you with this person. Is that why you haven't opened up? That's why I feel it so strongly. With those ex-partners or with people who come back after something happened, did something happen between you two that made you set a boundary and even caused you to doubt? You've really thought this through, and I feel like this situation has made you much stronger. Like now you'll truly be there. That's why I say be patient and wait. Take some days for yourselves. Take a day, take the weekend to be with yourselves, to see the situation from another perspective. That's why I say there's no need to give an answer right now. There's no need to make a decision right now. There's no need to reply to that message yet. Take all the time you need to process a truth, to process what has happened, to rest, to meditate, to be with yourself, to be in your intimacy, in your privacy. You will have a need to search for. I want to be at home. I want to be in my place. I want to be with myself, not to forget, but to process. I want to rest from all this and take a break, because then when you finish taking that break, the energy comes back. Clarity returns, along with power, strength, and the courage to face this person and situation. And to know, in a good way, not to impose that respect, and to protect your place, protect your heart, and protect your space. Okay, I feel like you are in a place. Relationships and love are changing a lot, which is why I say this isn't necessarily related. In some cases, an ex-partner could be a friendship with whom something has happened that hurt you. And this person comes back as if nothing happened, and the same patterns return, the same dynamic comes back. And you say, I'm not here for these kinds of relationships anymore. I'm here for other kinds of connections, for connections that empower, for connections that enlighten you. Connections where you genuinely feel, can express yourself freely, and experience real friendship and love. That's why. There's a big change of direction happening in relationships right now. Let's see what we have in the oracle. Let's go with your message. Scorpio sign. Let's take this one. You have the bison. The bison brings you abundance and says, "Sacred bison, cover me with your wisdom. Keep me warm through life's storms. Fill my life with kindness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer." Dear Scorpio, this is what we've seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.